Howdy folks, this is just a quick video. I've been doing some mod testing on Fallout 3 because at some point very soon I intend to bring this series back from the dead in the hopes that YouTube have finally tightened up their ContentID system. And so I've been installing some mods and things like that for when I get back to recording it, hopefully fairly soon. And I'm making this video, which serves a dual purpose. First of all, it serves as a bit of a test to see whether or not YouTube's ContentID system picks up all the background music in this video. And also, it serves the purpose of getting a bit of feedback on some mods and things that I've been testing out. First of which is this one. I'll be damned if I can remember what the damn thing is called, but it's basically a mod that adds a 3D body to you when in first person mode. Basically, you've probably seen similar mods like this for Skyrim. However, the clincher for this one for me is that the head bobbing and stuff like that isn't too bad, and also it doesn't replace the first person sort of weapon animations and whatnot. The reason I don't like the Skyrim version of this kind of mod is because it does just that, which makes everything really disorientating and look a bit crap and stuff like that. But as you can see, if I just carry on looking straight level, it just looks like I'm playing the game normally, albeit with maybe a little bit more head bobbing than perhaps is normal. However, there is a little bit of a difference, more that you can feel really than see. A little bit of twitchiness, for example, every time I turn around, and when I sort of crouch and stuff like that, it can be a bit jerky sometimes. The camera movements, just in general, are kind of jerky, especially when I do stuff like jump and that sort of thing. On the whole, it's kind of weird. It feels almost like I'm playing an armor game, or Operation Flashpoint, something like that. That's like the kind of feel it gives you. It's really weird. And unfortunately, this being a Fallout 3 mod, there's no real way to customize this very much. There's no kind of MCM menu you can muck about with. I don't think there's even an item in the inventory which allows you to, screw with it. Basically, it's as it is out of the box. Maybe there's some I tweaking you can do with it or something, but I don't know. But it's interesting. As you can see, look, full 3D body rendered below you. When you got a weapon out, I mean, it's not perfect. It looks kind of a bit weird when you look too far down. With weapons drawn like that, yeah, as you can see, it's a bit strange. But you're not going to be looking down like that when you've got a weapon drawn anyway, so it's a bit of a moot point. But it's it's kind of cool. Yes, I know all the 14-year-old boys in the audience right now are going, look, boobs. Yeah, grow up, come on. Well done. You can successfully identify mammary glands on sight. Have a cookie. You are so very smart. So yeah, it's cool though, because it does add a lot of immersion to the game. Not only in just the general motions of the camera moving and stuff like that. Like you get a definitely far more impressive sense of speed when you're just running around and stuff. Actually, with the view like this, I don't know if it's the head bobbing or something like that, but whatever. Especially when you're sprinting as well, actually, like so. Oh, if I could just get it to sprint, hold down the button. There we go. Sprinting is a bit weird in this game compared to Skyrim. So there's that. I kind of like it. One of the cool things about it, actually, is that you know how normally when you go to sit down in a chair or something, it just zooms you out to third-person view and you sit down in the chair. With this mod, doesn't do that. All the sort of stuff that defaults to third person, like getting blown back from an explosion or getting shot or sitting down in a chair or something like that, that all stays in first person now, which is kind of cool, but again kind of a little bit glitchy. Like I shall demonstrate. For example, I'm going to sit down in this chair here, and we actually sit down in first person, but as you can see, the camera kind of glitches out a little bit there. There's a bit of a side effect of that. Do it again. Yeah, see, you see that? I've noticed as well, you can see your shoulders as well next to you there, as you kind of would be able to. I've noticed as well, if you sit on some chairs, like the bar stools, for example, your head kind of, the camera kind of almost glitches through the table slightly when you sit down, so it's far from perfect. I'll show you some of the like stuff about like getting knocked back by explosions and stuff outside. It's pretty cool. But there is one other like issue with the mod, which does not appear to have been fixed. It's a known issue on the forum, you know, like on the mods page. You see, that's what it looks like when you're crouching. So yeah, there you go. It's that when you go into, usually I think it's when you go from an exterior to an interior area, you'll notice that yeah, my body seems to have gone translucent. It's a bit of an issue, isn't it? It's really easily fixed just by equipping and equipping your clothing, and then you're sorted. But it's a bit of an annoying glitch nonetheless, actually, and you literally have to do that every time you went into an interior area. So if I go outside again, it's totally fine. So yeah, there's that. And basically, this is probably the main thing I want feedback on from this video. Is this mod really kind of... Because I can't really decide, to be honest with you. Like, if I was playing by myself, I'd probably be perfectly willing to put up with the glitchiness and stuff like that. Got a bigger tolerance for that sort of thing when I'm playing a game by myself. But when doing it as part of a Let's Play, is the glitchiness going to annoy people? Can you guys not be bothered with that? Will the gimmick wear off very fast and just leave us with an annoying glitch where I turn invisible every time I walk into a building? I don't know. I'll let you guys decide about that. So, but you know, aside from those glitches, it's a pretty sweet mod actually, because I love this kind of like there's some games, some first-person shooters and some stealth games as well. I think actually I remember Thief Deadly Shadows doing it, where they do that, where not only do you have your full body in third-person view, you also have your own shadow showing as well when you're walking around, which is kind of cool. You know, it is more immersive and whatnot. You know. But yeah, you know, like, are the glitches worth it? And also, is the head bobbing a bit of an issue? When you've got like an injured leg, it gets actually even, you know, a lot worse, because you're, excuse me, you're kind of limping quite a bit when you're going along. It's not, well, it's not that violent, but it's noticeable. It could be an issue for some people, I don't know. As for how buggy it is in terms of like doing things like causing crashes and stuff, I really don't know. But you know, it's stuff to bear in mind anyway. But it's come on, look, it's pretty damn cool, isn't it? Really, if we're honest with ourselves. I punch my own foot. Oh. So anyway, yeah, other mods. Probably a few little ones here and there I've updated and stuff like that. The other really huge mod is Wasteland Flora Overhaul, I believe it's called, or something like that. You can't really see it from here because we're inside this little bit here, but trust me, if you've not seen this mod in action before, you'll probably be pretty impressed. And it's made by Vert, who's the guy who did a lot of the HD Flora mods for Morrowind, and also he did the one I've pretty much always used for New Vegas as well, which I'm a big fan of. And let me tell you, like, there's 3 versions of this mod, basically. One, which gives you this kind of really serious post-nuclear wasteland look with all the trees and grass and stuff like that. Like it looks like friggin' Tunguska after the meteorite hit it, or whatever. Loads of completely total trees. Looks like the nuclear bombs just hit everything. Then you get an intermediate dead version, so it's called, where you get a lot more vegetation than you normally would in the game, but most of it's kind of dead, which is the version I've got installed right now, which I'm going to show you guys in a second. And then there's the green, like, forest version, where actually everything is all green and foresty, and there's, you know, grass and trees and everything, which I'm probably not going to be using because it's not exactly lore-friendly, even if it is pretty impressive. So it's one of those mods that I kind of consider a bit like that Skyrim jungle mod. It's awesome, but you know, I don't think I'd actually use it. So yeah, but bam. It's
welcome to Megaton.
It's impressive just how much of a difference a bunch of trees can make to a game, isn't it?
I can't take it anymore. Please.
So, as you can see, it kind of transforms the Wasteland into this kind of post-nuclear alpine foresty kind of thing. Which, aside from looking just bloody fantastic, is interesting in that it actually transforms the gameplay quite a bit, because you find yourself, as opposed to just sort of trekking through endless, you know, wind-blown desert wastes, you're actually sort of stalking through forests and stuff like that, and it's actually a little bit more difficult to keep track of mutants and beasties that might be lurking a lot, you know, in the landscape and stuff like that. You have to really keep your eye out, and I found that actually using the old thermal vision actually becomes, you know, more useful. But it's pretty cool. It actually, you know, it actually kind of reminded me of a game called Jurassic Park Trespasser I played a long time ago, which was, well, it was a Jurassic Park game. It was first person. It wasn't a very good one, but it had some really great sections where you were kind of stalking through alpine forests with various dinosaurs lurking around the place, wanting to kill you. And installing this mod gave me a very similar vibe. Actually, this is relatively open, but there's some areas where there's just like trees everywhere. It's actually quite impressive, and the way it changes the way that you kind of play the game and move around the landscape and stuff is really kind of, well, you know, unexpected, I guess. I had to lower the tree popping distance a little bit, because in the original game it wasn't obviously much of a problem because there were bugger all trees in the game, but now there's quite a few. Well, yeah, I had to make some changes to my graphic settings, but it also changes the grass. There's a lot more grass. It's all kind of deadish, as you can see. It's all sort of browny and deadish, along with the trees, really. This is kind of the intermediate version of the mod. You can get a version where it's everything pretty much almost just looks like these here, and then you can get a version, like I said, where it's all sort of green, green grass, green trees everywhere, and stuff like that. This intermediate sort of dead version, I think it's called, is the one I've got installed at the minute, and it's probably the one I like the most, I think, because it seems to be strike the right balance with between providing an interesting overhaul of the landscape and actually staying true to the kind of style of the original game, if you know what I mean. But it adds a nice sort of overgrown aesthetic to a lot of the areas, which makes them 10 times more interesting in many cases, actually, rather than just being sort of bleak rocks. There's cars through there. See, I just caught a glimpse of that through the trees, and I was like, what's that? It's orangey coloured. It could be anything. It could be a Brahmin. It could be a Deathclaw. Who knows? Get out the scope and have a look. You see what I mean? Emergent bits of kind of scouting gameplay like that. Happens a lot when you've got all this stuff around. It's really kind of cool. I like it a lot. It reminds me a little bit of Stalker, now I think about it. It seems to be that kind of a landscape a little bit more, rather than sort of more New Vegas style landscape where it really is a desert. But yeah, there you go. See, like, you're moving through the trees, and then you see a building sort of emerge from amongst some of the dead pines, and it's like you want to go check it out. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I've babbled on enough about that. You guys will probably, I'm pretty sure I'm going to stick with this unless there's some really glaring errors and bugs that are present with the mod that force me to change my mind. Then I'm pretty sure I'm going to stick with this, because this is awesome. Look at it. It's so cool. I may try out the other versions of the mod, you know, just for thoroughness' sake, but this is probably the one I'm going to stick with, I think. So yeah. And yeah, feedback on the old third person, first person, whatever the heck this mod's called, I've forgotten. I'll probably put it in the description. Mod would be great if you guys can do that. In fact, you know what? I did say I'd show you this. Dogmeat, I need you. Yeah, just bugger off to Vault 101, because otherwise you're going to die. Because I'm about to kill myself, most likely. But it's all for the good of YouTube, so it doesn't matter. I'll see if I can try and show you getting blown back by an explosion, because that's kind of cool. If I can actually throw the darn grenade. There we go. Oh no, it's grenade! Whoops, it was a bit too far. There we go. That should. Whoa! Yeah, well that's interesting. I'll be honest, that didn't happen the last couple of times I tested it. Possible glitch, who knows? Although, to be honest, because I wasn't in third person mode, I couldn't see exactly what had actually happened there. Let's try that again. Dogmeat, you're gonna die, mate. I'm sorry about this, but... no real animals were harmed in the filming of this YouTube video. Damn it, blast it. Come on. Kill me! Do it now! See, that's not helping. That's not helping at all. I don't want an injured leg. I wanted... I'm gonna get blown backwards like it did the first time I bloody tried it when I did it earlier. Come on, come on, come on. Blow me up. Yes, 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 come on. Oh, there we go. See, hopefully we're not actually dead. Well, yeah, see that we get back up again. And, you know, it's a little glitchy. It's a little weird, as you can probably tell. Also, I believe... are we limping now? Yeah, we're limping now, so you can see the equivalent kind of head bobbiness you get from running around while injured, as well as walking along while injured. So yeah, that kind of sums the mod up, I suppose. A little bit like kind of glitchy, but also kind of cool. And basically, feedback would be appreciated. Would you guys want to see this in the videos when I actually make them, or shall I just not bother? And, you know, feedback, re the environment would be nice, although I'm pretty dead set on this, honestly, because it's so cool. It's like creeping through the grass here. Lining up a death claw on our sides, and then suddenly, oh god, there's one next to us. Clever girl. Pfft, dead. Anyway, I'll leave you guys for now. And, yeah, hopefully I'll be bringing you some more Fallout 3 again soon. You know, YouTube content ID, God's willing. That will be a thing that can happen again, because my god, I've been wanting to get back to doing this. Stupid content ID. Bloody hell. And, yeah, this is... yeah, it's cool, isn't it? It's cool, but it's also buggy and glitchy as hell, so we'll see. Yeah, that's it, basically. See you guys soon. Possibly after Easter, I don't know. On the whole video situation, uploading Easter, that sort of thing. I managed to finish off Skyrim Chapter 3 in time for Easter. Whether or not you see another Skyrim vid until after Easter, I really don't know. It might be the case that I just, you know, restart regular uploading after Easter, because my ability to record and upload when I'm staying with the fam down in Northamptonshire is a bit limited, really. So I won't have my normal recording set up and all that kind of thing, and streaming will also be completely out of the question as well, because the internet connection over there just is not up to the job. So anyway, yeah, after Easter I might be bringing you some more Fallout 3. We shall see whether any of the background music in this video got claimed by the Content ID system. If it did, then it still hasn't really been fixed, and I'm just going to have to keep waiting, basically, for it to be fixed. But hopefully, considering I got an email on the subject from YouTube, everyone with a YouTube channel did, on the subject of game soundtracks and stuff like that, I'm hoping they've worked out some of the kinks, especially with regards to the Fallout 3 soundtrack, because no other game I have played on my channel has had that problem with the Content ID system. None at all. The actual in-game legit soundtracks have never ever been flagged by the Content ID system. Fallout 3 was the exception to that rule. It was the only one that had its soundtrack flagged. So, but anyway, never mind. That's enough babbling from me, guys, and I'll be off. And hopefully, after Easter, or possibly before then, I don't really know. But hopefully, soonish, me, Jess, and Dogmeat down there, the indestructible dog of Doom, will be returning to your screens. So anyway, ciao for now, folks. Catch you next time.